Well, what do you do on a random Tuesday night when you've got nothing else to do? Play with makeup, right? Okay, so what we're going to be doing in this video is a little bit crazy. Shocking for me, I know. But I am going to be playing with this Pat McGrath palette. Now, this is something that I actually got because of Andrea. This is the one that I had been watching reviews on and saw that it did come with all kinds of fun colors. This was the Christmas one from 2022 from Pat McGrath Labs. And I thought, oh, okay, now this has a lot of colors. This might be a fun one. I might actually go ahead and get one finally. And then I saw that Andrea had gotten it and had no regrets. Now, if someone who does as beautiful and colorful makeup as Andrea, you know, Pretty As A Peacock, in case I didn't mention that part, if she approved, I thought, that's it. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I actually had contacted her and asked if she wanted to maybe do like a palette bingo with this. She said yes, and then we both forgot about it for like a good month. Hey, things get busy. You know how that goes. So I got back in touch with her and she said, yeah, I was just thinking about that. I thought you wanted to do this. We still could not figure out our crazy timing. So what we decided to do is we were going to go ahead and film. And when you see this, Lord only knows when this is going to go up, but it may very well be on one of my travel days. Who knows? So this is going to be a little bit different than that even because I kind of decided that since it's just the two of us doing this, I'm going to do one eye with colors that I would pick and put together. And then I'm also going to do one eye with the random generated numbers for a bingo. And then since I do have a couple of oddball Pat McGrath things, I'm going to finish the face with a bunch of Pat McGrath stuff that I do have and give you a breakdown of what everything is. So basically, I'm going to look like I have two different faces going on when I'm done with this, but that's okay. Won't be the first time I've looked like a complete fool on camera. Usually it's my mouth getting me into trouble. Today it's going to be my face. All right, so if you want to stick around and see exactly what this turns into, please, by all means, keep watching. But don't forget to do all of the things. You know what they are. All right, so I'm going to zoom in and probably give you an incredibly frightening close-up look of my eyes, and then we're going to put on some eye makeup. Okay, so I've got you zoomed in like 4,000,000%. But what I've done is just prime this eye. I didn't set anything. I did use the Vanilla Light 2 NARS concealer, brain cramp. And then this is the essence that I'm still working on. It's the I Love My Color. It's just an eyeshadow base. And that's what it looks like. When you're in this close, can you actually see all the veins? I think you probably can. Now, the only Pat McGrath I've ever worked with for eyeshadow is this. And from what I've heard, this really isn't the best of her quality. I mean, this definitely is not like mothership type of palette, but I didn't hate it. There's some good stuff in here. It's not horrible. So we'll see, because this is really my first Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette. Okay, I feel like I am so far. There we go. I'll just shift over, then maybe I'll be more centered. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to dig into this, what is this one called? This is the Mothership Mega Celestial Nirvana. That is what the official title of it is. And honestly, there's not anything in here that looks like it would be a really good setting shade for me. So we're going to do something that is not advised. We're going to take this shade, okay, this one right here, which is actually probably a satin. It doesn't look like it's a super shimmer. It looks like it's kind of a satin. But we're going to go ahead and use that to set the primer. Now, hopefully, okay, yeah, cool. I can have the mirror here and it will not interfere with what you guys see. Okay, so I'm already creasing. Can you guys tell? I don't know if you can tell or not. What happens if I do this? Okay, yeah, you can see the creasing now. So I'm just going to tap it just a touch. Going to get some of that shade on, what is this? That's an old Morphe brush. And I'm literally going to use this satin shade, which is not advised ever as a setting shade. But hey, I figured I'd go with what I got. And I find that just because of the way my eyes are, I have to set those, or honestly, eyeshadow goes on like crap. So what I would normally do is I would actually probably do a fairly neutral look out of this, which is stupid because I just said I love this for the color. So we'll do a little bit of color, but I'm going to start with this one here. And these names are on the back, but I can't put on glasses and read them and then do the makeup at the same time, so you guys are just going to have to kind of wing it with me. I'm grabbing a random BH brush and going into that kind of neutrally light color of brown. Okay. Now you can really see a lot more what I'm dealing with, hopefully. Hopefully you can tell, maybe you can't. I keep trying to explain how my eyelids are very strange and they're so old and crepey and crinkly, and the wrinkles are just ridiculous because a lot of it is the EDS and it's the skin stretching part, but I can't get it to clearly show up on camera. So what can you do? And now because I am doing this for you guys, I'm going ham. I'm going to just go dark and I'm going to go crazy, and I should probably put my hair back, but that's okay. So I can't really do windshield wiper motions because it doesn't, my eyes just wrinkle up when I do that. So, all right, so we've got some of a neutral color. Oh, geez, that looks patchy from here. That's me, not the palette, I'm pretty sure. We're going to see if we can fix that. And part of it is that there actually is, like, it's not a mole exactly, but it's not milia either. I don't know what it is, but it's just always been there on my eyelid. So there's just a little bit of a lump that doesn't always make things look really super smooth. So, but at least now, without the ring light on, you can kind of see the coloring. It gets a little bit fuzzy when I get this close in, but what can you do? Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this deep brown. There we go. This one, not that one. The one in the corner here that I cannot seem to get into frame. Come on. This first shade in the corner to deepen up the outer edge. Actually, no, I'm lying. You know what? I'm lying. We're going to make this more fun. I'm going to do this really dark blue. Okay, can you see it? There we go. This is a navy blue. It looks almost black, but like I said, we work with the lighting we have. And that's going to go here. Ooh, that's a pretty navy. All right, so this literally is the very first time I'm digging into this palette, and I do not have a familiarity with Pat McGrath eyeshadows, so I can't say, like, you know, everybody else says these aren't the same as the motherships, and oh my gosh, that looks terrible. And that's cool. I mean, I don't need it to be because I didn't pay that price for it, and quite honestly, I waited until this palette was on sale even before I got this one, and I think I had some kind of a discount. Okay, we're going to be doing a lot of cleaning up after. But here we'll go in with the blue. And I don't do a lot of blending, you guys. I pack it and then I leave it alone and then I go back and put more on because that's just how things work. I forgot to grab a spray or the glitter glue. Darn me. All right, hold on just a second. I'm going to pause you. I'm going to go grab my, my spray and then I will come back. Okay, I grabbed the MAC Fix Plus just so that I can play with some of these more shimmery shades. And I want to go ahead and play with this really fun, I keep doing that, turquoise color right here. So I'm going to get myself just a flat little, where am I going? There we go. Just a little flat brush. I'm going to pick up that turquoise. I don't know if you can hear Emmy snoring in the background, but I've got, where am I? There we go. Got it on the brush. I'm going to give it a spray. And we're going to put it on next to that other blue shade. Oh, and we're going to put on lots of it. So the downside is that I am glittery all over already. I know. Shocking for me, isn't it, that I would have makeup all over my face. Or eyeshadow all over my face. I usually put makeup all over my face. That was kind of a silly thing to say. All right, that's not horrible, though. That's a pretty color. You guys are getting it a lot more subtle than I am, just simply because of filming. And then, just because I want to, I'm going to grab another flat shader brush. And I'm going to go into this really pretty pink. This one here. And I'm going to spray that too. And I'm going to put that next to where I just put the shiny blue. We're going to play with all kinds of shiny shades just because we can. And since I'm just playing anyway, I thought, why not pick as many shades as I want? All right, maybe this was not the best idea because that's just not really... It looks like I stopped midway through with what I was doing with my blue. So we're going to drag that pink across the blue. Yeah, we are going to do that. And we're going to, since we've already got glitter all over the face, we're going to just keep packing it on. It's really not recommended to use this many shimmery, glittery, shiny shades in one look, I don't think. But still looks like I stopped halfway with the blue. I still don't like it. All right. Maybe bring the blue back over further into the pink, so that it looks just like it's the inner third or something. I don't know. That's better. Yeah, blending the blue into the pink made it look a little bit better. I don't know. Like I said, just playing around for fun. And then, just to make it interesting, because why not play with as many shades as possible, I'm gonna find, okay, I'm gonna take this, just a stubby little brush, and I'm gonna go into this gorgeous purple. Okay, wait, where is it? Down here. I can't see what I'm pointing at because quite literally all I can see is my reflection in my magnification mirror. Hopefully you saw what that shade was. And I'm putting it on the brush, and we're gonna put it just kind of stamped and smudged into that under the lash line where I would normally put an eyeliner, but we're going to do it with shadow today. Okay, that's not horrible. It's messy, but it's not horrible. And like I said, we're going to have to clean up the whole face because, of course, I'm a disaster. All right, so that is what it looks like. All right, now let's see about turning the lights back on. I don't know if that gives you any better of a look, but I will also do close-up pictures so I can insert them while I'm editing so you can actually get a better view of it. And I am going to turn the light back off. I'm going to go grab my phone, and I am going to do some random number generating for this collab with Andrea. Okay, I'm back, and I have my phone. We have got 18 shades in this palette, so I am going to do from 1 to 18. I'm not excluding any numbers, but I'm going to do them one at a time, simply because otherwise I get duplicates, even in my row of 5. And this time I'm smart and have paper and a pen. So let's generate a number. first number is, okay, you guys can never see this, and I don't even know if, let me turn down the brightness. Okay, let's not play sounds. Okay, maybe we can't turn down the brightness on my phone today because I don't know what I'm doing. First one I got was number 16. I'm so good at these things. Then we get number 10. I'm generating another number, and it came up as 4. Well, you can't see when I do that anyway. We got number 12. Okay, that's not promising. And 3. All right then. So 16 is the pretty blue that I already have all over one eye. Maybe should have done this one first. And then we have got 10. So that's going to be this really fun purple. And I'll show you these better after we zoom back out when I'm done playing around. Then we've got 4. Okay, this is a shade I haven't used, and of course it looks like it's a silver. I always get silvers. Why do I have glitter all over my hand? Good Lord, you can't take me anywhere. All right, then we've got 12. Oh, that's not going to be fun. It's kind of an orangey red. That's an interesting. Well, it's very red actually. That's going to be interesting. And then number 3, which is the navy that I used the first time to darken up my outer corner. So much for playing with shades just because I was afraid I wouldn't get any of them, because 2 of the ones that I've already used I am getting for this. That's okay. We work with what we get. All right, so I'm going to prime this one and come back and figure out what the crap I'm going to do with this. Yeah, I'm not entirely certain. So I'll be back in just a sec. All right, remember that part where I said you probably shouldn't set all of your stuff with a shimmer? We're going to do it anyway. Yet again, I'm taking another ridiculous big BH brush here, just a super thick one. I'm going to go into that silver shade, and we are going to set the whole eye with it. Not a recommendation, let me tell you. And I'm actually going ham up by the brow, because this would be something that I would put on as a highlight on the brow anyway, and I'm going to be covering so much of it that I want it to really shine up there. So that's what we're doing there. So we're all set now. One of the things that I know about me very well is that red eyeshadow does not look good on me. So we're going to start with that. And I'm doing this completely different than the order that I did the other eye, just because, I don't know why, because I feel like it. So I'm going to put down this red, and I'm going to give it a good healthy dose of red, because we're going to kind of cover that, or else I'm going to look ill. But trust the process. Trust the process. You know, they always say that. It'll work. It'll work out. All right, so I'm just going to flick this up just a touch so that I don't get, because if I try and do like an actual V, I just get stutter steps and it looks really, really bad. So even this way, okay, can you see how much that wrinkles as I do that? Does it show up? Yeah, you're starting to see it. So I have to be a little bit more intentional with the way I do this kind of stuff, or I end up really looking like more of a clown than I even plan on. Okay, so we know that I don't love that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pretty purple. So I've done the silver and the red. I'm going to take the pretty purple and I'm going to put that over and in the crease. And so I'm going to kind of blend that red into that, if that makes sense. Even if it doesn't make sense, that's so what I'm going to do. All right, I got another BH brush. I have a lot of BH brushes. I liked them. So that purple was, and it's not even the grape purple, it's kind of the burgundy purple, but that's okay. Okay, see, it's already skipped. Can you see that? Okay, maybe you, but we're going there too, so it'll be okay. Holy moly. Okay, get those inner corner creases where I always have negative space. That's the thing, is when the eyeshadow doesn't go where you want it to or where you think it's going to, you end up with like almost negative spaces in there. Oh wow, this is not, yeah, we've got negative space in there, but when my eyes open, you can't really tell. And I did get a little carried away with, oh jeez, I look like a freaking clown already. Oh well. And like I said, I'm also probably doing this a touch heavier than I normally would, just for the average everyday wear, so that you can get a little bit better idea, because this looks really washed out, so I want you to see the colors a little bit better. All right, so that leaves us with our two blues. So we're going to take that, do I want to take the frosted blue? And I've got Fallout all over down here again. All right, let's see. We'll take another, okay, this is an old Morphe brush. These things are so old, I don't remember when I bought a Morphe brush last. We're going to go ahead with that blue again. And I'm going to spray it. And this time, because I got so much of the purple in the inner corner, I want to start there. And drag it across. All right, I'm going to try and do this without losing you guys. Well, over that purple, it becomes a really pretty violet color. It's definitely not looking like it looks on the other eye. That is for sure. So we like that blue and purple together. Still not loving the red at all. Oh, that's really bad. I'm going to throw some purple over that red, because that's just not right in any way at all. Yeah, that doesn't help. So we're going to drag the blue over that too. We'll just use all the blue. Oh, we're going to spray that some more though. I need that to be a lot more impactful than it is right this second, because that red did not do me any tremendous favors, I must say. Usually anything red makes me look like a hungover vampire, so. Although this berry and blue combination is also a winner. Yay, me. All right. And then we're going to do the navy, the really super deep navy, under the lash line. So let's find another brush for that. Nope, that's not it. Okay, I have brushes that do this thing. I really do. It's just a matter of finding them. All right. This will work. It's not perfect, but it's good for stamping in an eye color. I should have gone with that neutral that I was messing with the first time around. Okay, now this we're taking up a little bit too. Why not? Why not? When you already look like a crazy clown, and I'm taking it all the way. Oops, we skipped a little there. Oh, that looks terrible. Okay, we're not doing that, because that doesn't look good. All right, and my face is wet. We'll bring it up. Yeah, whatever. Then, just because we got that silver, and I used it just as kind of like a setting, so for them that. So then also for the brow bone, I'm going to grab a pencil type brush. I always keep doing that. This one is almost, no, that one's a stippling one. We don't want to do that. We don't want stippling. I don't even know where that one came from. Oh, come on. Okay, here, we'll just take this really old Morphe brush. And I'm going back into that silver, and we're gonna inner corner that baby. Okay, that's really pretty. I've got crazy fallout all down my nose and everywhere else. Luckily, you guys can't see that. But that's really, really pretty. It actually works really well. Blending with the... It almost has a violet hue to it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's a violet-y type of silver. So we're going to drag it and tone down that berry because it's a little bit crazy. We'll leave it dark at the edge just because why not? But then, like I said, oh, gracious. Fallout and glitter everywhere. Okay, so I think that's about the best I can do with the colors that I got. And it didn't end up like super obnoxiously bad. I mean, you know, it could be worse. And like I said, I dragged that kind of violet silver all the way up. I don't know how to do wings. I suck at them, but you get the general idea. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause you again. I'm going to go put on the rest of my face, and then I'm going to come back and tell you what I have everywhere, because I am going to be messing around with different colors of blushes and highlighters and all that fun stuff. So I'll be back with you in just a few. Okay, just very briefly, this is what it looks like with mascara. I did not add any more liner or anything like that, but I lost my wing. Operator error. Okay, I'm going to zoom you back out, and we're going to get to more of a normal view. And like I said, I will take pictures in my bathroom where I have better lighting. I have a lot of lighting out here. It's just not the greatest. So I will get you better pictures that I'll have inserted at some point or another. But we're going to go a little further away from my face so we can talk. Okay, now that we're a little bit more back to normal. Okay, yeah, you don't normally see this much of my face. But just to give you the heads up of what I did, I used most of my normal stuff. I threw on the Ordinary Serum Foundation. Oh, jeez. I used the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, Laura Mercier Powder, the e.l.f. Wow Brow. The mascaras are the Cils Booster, the Rare Beauty, Monster Big, and the It Tight Line. This is still in March while I'm filming, so those are the ones that are in my current rotation. I used my Laura Geller Baked French Vanilla Highlighter, like I always do. The old lady trick that I've told you guys about a million times to lift because of being old. So let's talk about the Pat McGrath stuff that I do have. Now, the first thing that I got from Pat McGrath was this Eye Ecstasy Sublime palette. And I got it because at that point, Pat McGrath was getting a lot of traction. And I'm like, well, I want to try something. And I really can't afford to spend those prices. So this is what I had gotten. And it's fine. I don't hate it. I don't use it a ton. I mean, it's not like I can put together a look from this. I can do some fun things with it. So I do use it occasionally. Like I said, not a ton. So it wasn't the best representation ever. But then a couple years ago, the Celestial Odyssey came out for Christmas, and that was the lighter pink packaging than the one that I use today. And this went on a sale, and I thought, okay, price-wise, figuring it out, it comes with 2 blushes and a highlighter. And I thought, well, this is a way for me to have a good amount of blush, as much as I will probably ever need, and a highlighter without doing them individually. And the cost for this with the sale price that I got it for actually made these relatively inexpensive. I'm not talking like $5. I think it ended up being, and I'm trying to think of what I paid, but they were maybe about 13 bucks a pan-ish, $13.50, something like that. So with this, we've got Divine Rose, Desert Orchid, and then Golden Nectar is the highlighter. So what I did was on this side, I used okay, try not to blind anybody. I used the Desert Rose and the highlighter that comes in the palette. Okay. On the other side, I went with the Desert Orchid, which is the more neutrally, maybe warm shade. And because I had, oh, you can really see it there. Holy macaroni, that does look very gold. I went a little heavy-handed. I'm not going to lie. But with that, it's that Bridgerton Skin Fetish Sublime Skin Highlighter. This is Extreme Gold. I can't read the number on it. The print is too small. But this is the highlighter that I found at TJ Maxx that I had picked up because Erica Ashley had, well, okay, do it right side up, had sent me little video clips of her swatching it in different lights. And I just used a normal blush brush and then like a little fan brush or a really thin fan brush for the highlighters. So I was using the same brushes then on each side, at least size-wise. And then the last thing that I put on was the lipstick that I found at TJ Maxx because it is the only Pat McGrath lipstick I have. I have no lip liner. I don't have anything like that on. But I figured, well, we'll throw the lipstick on. So at least I can kind of do a full face of Pat McGrath. Sort of. Not exactly. But with some of the color cosmetics, let's put it that way. Not necessarily the base stuff, but some of the other stuff. So this one is, oh Lord, what is this one? The Satin Allure Nude Romantic, it's not romantic, it's like antique is how it's spelled, so romantic? I don't even know how to say that. 2. So this is the shade. And you're going to get some pictures where this is going to be a little more clear. I'll actually like comb my hair. And I'll probably do a thumbnail that's all nice and wild and crazy for you. So let's, while we're here, swatch up some more stuff. So the Divine Rose blush, I mean, you guys have all seen this, but it's actually hard to see on my finger. And this, I think mine, okay, so it is a couple years old, and I don't know what's going on with me, but I had a spot. So I either ended up scratching myself and making myself red, or I did something where I made it patchy. I don't know what I did. But I do have an odd, weird spot there. So I did that with the, Golden Nectar highlighter. Oh, jeez, can we do this without blinding you? Good Lord. The Golden Nectar highlighter. And my palette is starting to look a little bit loved. This is really pretty. So that's the blush and the highlighter. Okay, you can see them if I do this. I gotta get better lighting down here, you guys. This is insane. Okay, that was weird. That was my back door making noise for no good reason. Someone's coming in to steal me. Looking like a clown. All right, so then for the other side, this side, I went with the Desert Orchid blush. Well, yeah, it looks a little bit orangey on my finger, but you can definitely see that that is more peach, even with my crap lighting. And then swatching this is always fun because I get like the most ridiculously dark gold shade. So maybe if I just swatch it lightly, because it's pretty impactful, you guys. Let's try not to make it, well, it's still kind of crazy. So if I put them back here, you can see all the colors. So the first two are what is on this cheek. Second two are what's on this cheek. And then if we're having a swatch party, we're going to swatch the lipstick too. Although I've done this. I mean, you have seen me do this. But still, it's fun to do because it's just a really pretty pink and I like it. So there you go. My bingo shades, all of my other Pat McGrath products, wearing it all at once. Now, I'm going to say, I'm hoping that Andrea doesn't get too mad at me because like I said, I'd never played with the palette at all. I actually had kind of been waiting. And I was really excited to be able to do this with her. I have done 2 palette bingos before this, well, unless there's something else that's come through before this video goes live. The first one was an epic fail. The second one was still really hard to see. But I am learning that my lighting's better in my bathroom. And, I wanted to try and do something that was something I would actually pick before I ended up with a weird random bingo. And that's why I did the 2 eye looks. But quite honestly, it's not horrible. I can't say I'm a huge fan of red eyeshadow. I never will be. But so hopefully Andrea's not mad that I decided to go half and half and then play with all my other stuff just for the sake of being able to use it, because why not? I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for spending time with me. Oh goodness, what should I give you for a music moment today? I really want to do Send in the Clowns by Judy Collins. I think it's Judy Collins. Let me double check that. I'm going to pause you for a minute and then we're going to get some information about that because I think that might be what we're going to go with. So give me just a sec. Well, all right. I had no idea when I said I thought Send in the Clowns by Judy Collins would be the appropriate song for my clownish look. I know the song from hearing her sing it. I had no idea the history of the song. I ended up having to look some stuff up because I really wasn't sure what was going on here. So yes, Judy Collins did have a hit with it. Yes, she did release it as a single from the album Judith. It was released as a single in May of 1975. It did chart. It was on the Billboard Hot 100, all that stuff. But let's go back a little further because this is stuff I did not know. And I'm going to tell you right now, some of this is Wikipedia. This is a song that was written by Stephen Sondheim for the actress Glynis Johns. Yes, I think that's who it was. Yes, Glynis Johns. Because she was the one who did the role of Desiree on Broadway in the musical A Little Night Music, which is an adaptation of Ingmar Bergman 1955 film Smiles of a Summer Night. That's convoluted even for me. Basically, Sondheim wrote the song for Glynis Johns for the 1973 musical. It ended up getting recorded in England by Judy Collins, but then became a hit for her here. But before that, Frank Sinatra had also recorded it. So it sat for a couple of years just being known as a theater piece until Frank Sinatra and then Judy Collins, I have fur in my mouth, recorded the song. I think it kind of got known because of Frank Sinatra, because I think Judy Collins' version was actually a little bit later. I really can't get that fur off my lip. But after that, all of a sudden it becomes this like really widely done thing. And it ended up being put in a movie in 2019. The Sinatra version did. And then after both Sinatra and Collins had recorded it, it was done by Bing Crosby, Kenny Rogers, and Lou Rawls. Then there was a verse added for Barbra Streisand for her to use on the Broadway album. So this song is way more in depth than what I thought it was. I was actually just looking to see what the meaning of the song was about because I didn't know if there was a meaning. I didn't realize that it was from a play. So technically, it is a ballad from Act 2 in which the character Desiree reflects on the ironies and disappointments of her life. Among other things, she looks back on an affair years earlier with the lawyer Frederick, who was deeply in love with her, but whose marriage proposals she had rejected. Well, isn't that happy now? Okay. Yeah, so when she is fully aware that she's in love with him, then he wants to marry him, then he rejects her, and blah, blah, blah. Yes, very depressing. I don't know why Judy Collins picked this song up and recorded it. I have no idea why she recorded it in Europe. I've got nothing. But there you go. I knew it was a sad song. I just didn't realize it was quite that depressing. And there you go. There's your music moment for the day, the nice depressing song. And I am going to find some kind of recording on YouTube that I will link in my description box for Judy Collins. Please go check out Andrea. For some reason, if you know who I am and don't know who she is Pretty As A Peacock. She is going to be linked not only in the title, but also in the description box. Many thanks to Andrea for doing this with me. Thank you all for indulging my crazy because, it's kind of what I'm getting known for, I think. I really do appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun seeing me play around with the very few Pat McGrath products that I have. And once again, Andrea, thank you for letting me do a collab with you. I appreciate it. Gave me an excuse to use the palette. Gotta love that. All right, everybody, until next time, see ya. Bye.